Guys, it's Amari, and today I'm gonna make egg Foo Young, which is something I've never heard of before, never had before, never seen before, literally anywhere. But I got a comment asking me to make it, so make sure you leave some more comments. I've watched like 20-ish videos of people just making this in a bunch of different ways, and I think I got the general gist of it. But today you're about to find out if I do. So to the kitchen, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, guys, say your prayer for me because we're going to battle. I know this looks like a lot of stuff, but I promise you it's not too much. I just like throwing everything on the table so you guys think I have my life together and will follow me. Thankfully, because this is pretty much an omelet, I had a lot of this stuff at home already except for these green onions I didn't know if I would like or not. I did, but I'm gonna make sure I find something else to put them in. Normally you make this with bean sprouts, but I'm gonna use these mushrooms instead because my stomach learns that I do cartwheels every single time I eat bean sprouts and I'm really just tossing, turning all dang night. But they do say they're good for you though. I've seen some people totally peel their mushrooms, but I'm not doing all of that. I'm just at my house. I'm the only one eating this, so I don't really think it matters very much. But I also think it might just be for one specific type of mushroom. Actually, considering how this peeled off a little bit from just a paper towel, maybe these are the ones that people peel. It's kind of crazy, I never once heard of shrimp Foo Young or like Foo Young period until I started seeing a bunch of TikToks from Mia K from like the rap game I think I remember her from all over my TikTok, like rage baiting people and saying like she put everyone on, so if you've eaten it before the last 24 years or something like that, it's because of her. She did created it until she was born and whatnot. I should just actually go try this somewhere else for comparison after this though. I'm gonna cut these into smaller pieces, I think. If I were an omelet, would I want these little pieces in me? And I'll cut some of the bigger ones actually. This is the first time I've ever seen a carrot with a tapeworm. Literally never seen one this tiny ever. I fully got this out expecting it to be able to shred up a carrot for some reason. But anyway, I've been practicing cutting a lot, so I cut all of these into matchsticks and then I just cut the matchsticks into teeny tiny pieces while I try not to cut off my fingers at the same time. Rule of thumb though, is you really want to make sure that you're not pushing the food towards the knife and that you're actually moving the knife instead. And not to flex on anybody, but I did keep all of my fingers. I decided to put this one piece of celery out of its misery. Word of advice, keep your celery in the freezer if you don't need it that often. I bought a whole pack of green onions because I couldn't just find 2 single ones. So do you guys know what I can use the rest of these in? They tasted really good and they smelled nice, but I'm kind of just assuming you can use them like a normal onion. Does anybody have any recommendations? Since I was in the kitchen, I almost went ahead and made a cake too. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my frozen shrimp. Of course I thawed them out, but don't go as crazy as I did chopping them. I made shrimp mush on accident. Just cut them in like 3 pieces. Now a guy in another video said that you should make sure you saute your vegetables in the oil so you can make sure they're not too hard after you cook them. So I'm gonna do that, but there was also a lady who boiled them. We're just gonna let that cool down for a minute before we do anything else. I ended up going with garlic powder just because I didn't feel like peeling that garlic earlier. I don't buy soy sauce very often, so sometimes I forget that it's an all-purpose seasoning, but it's really good on chicken. Some of the best chicken I've had actually was made or marinated with soy sauce. I tried to find out if I could just give them my first unborn child instead of my last 6 eggs in family fortune, but they said no, I had to use the eggs, so now I'm basically fighting the homelessness crisis. I'll see you in the next life, my eggs. I'll always cherish you for the good, bad, and ugly and everything we went through together, but I can never forgive you for how much you cost now. And pretty much I saw every single person doing this mix everything together with the ladle, but I absolutely hate the sound that it like makes when you're mixing together something wet. I don't really ever eat fried food at all, so I never really have any oil on hand. I'm just going to use whatever I had left in the cabinet. I had that same bottle of oil in the cabinet for almost 6 months. And it's not even that I don't like fried food or anything, I just don't like dealing with oil. Now you really want to make sure that you cook these on the bottom enough so the bottom and base is solid, but honestly, I just kind of forgot how long everything was going, or how long they were supposed to sit. I tried to flip my first two too early, but now I know to let the bottoms get way more golden or brown before I flip them, just to make sure my toppings don't fall out because I lost some of my mushrooms. Now that second set of Foo Young came out way better. I learned from my mistakes just like everyone should. I'm just a human being. The break was unrelated, I had a headache. I think this is the first time in a while I didn't get something perfect the very first time I tried. Cooking wise at least, and that made me kind of happy because I guess that's the process of it all. When you don't mess up, it's no fun. But I did eat the first two while I waited because I always eat the ugly ones first and they were pretty good. I'm gonna let these sit in a warm oven while I make my gravy, and I made one giant one with everything that was left over. Now honestly, making gravy is always something that's been pretty straightforward. I've been making gravy since middle school because I'm a generational talent. The real difference here is that there's not a fat like a butter or anything, and you add in some soy sauce, which was pretty nice. But I saw a lot of people saying that with Foo Young, you really want to make sure that your gravy is kind of thick, but I regret not making it as thick as I saw in this one video. But if you do ever need to thicken up some gravy or some sauce, just throw in a little bit of cornstarch or some flour. But gravy is always done when it can coat the back of a spoon. I mentioned this in my last video too, but lately I've been having to make sure I record myself making my thumbnail because I keep eating all the food without taking any pictures or making a video or anything, which is very counterproductive considering I'm making cooking videos. I tried it with the rice first and no gravy, and it was in fact Amari approved. So now I'm actually going to try it with the gravy, and I'm kind of going to eat it like a dog a little bit because gravy. In conclusion, I definitely like it a little bit more with the gravy, but I could totally live without it. I saw people eating this on white bread like a sandwich, and I did that same thing, and honestly it's one of the best sandwiches I've had in my life, and I will be making this again with some different ingredients. And don't think I forgot about you. I'm making something out of this comment. I just have to go grocery shopping. Leave a comment if there's something you want me to try or make, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.